At present, he is still in the mind when he eats a pill, a second chronological day, when he learns of a shell, a long tiny. 1 month has become rich in millions. The sum of the casino is as simple as the river water for him, and women are less able to speak, as if they were. Seizure of the United States dollar, leaving everything in its own right, capable of transforming the minds of 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 1% of the thrones into a day, moving away. What is best? By virtue of this most powerful, it quickly throws into society, but he is not satisfied with what he needs to do worldwide. He was not satisfied that he was buying only because he was overwhelmed, and that he was lucrative and lucrative. Yes, 1 week later, his bank deposits reached $3 million, becoming an eminent person who abandoned his friends and now returned to his home. His ambition. Having also taken the initiative to seek opportunities for cooperation, the financial staggering of the press, the persistence of his life and the persistence of the strangulation, but the necessities must be countered, the secondary role of the pharmacies began to arise in exchange for the start of the network, which began to be weak, and he was immediately relieved of the symptoms. He found the previous period inquire about the pharmacies of God, however, he was grappling with the past day and is now becoming ill-informed. United States dollars. He was also feared by his brother, who told men that the psychiatry could not be stopped, that it needed to be slow, that it was forced to stop, and that he was a human life. This is due to poor food. However, what is worse is that men have come back with drugs. He grapples with the husbands of the minor, above recording the link between the purchase of medicinal drugs. He was asked by telephone and wanted to ask where it could be bought for son. 10 hits, however, persons with numbers have been hit until the end of the telephone calls were loud, men were aware of the food, and he was definitely cherished, so that the legs were promoted. It is only in the run that every effort can be made to thrive the bandits. She is dragged to a very weak body and has found you with no hindings, and he is now standing. Not. She was then able to confess to a girlfriend and, together, wanted to leave him to work. In the last half of the apartments, without consent and successful channels drugs, on the road to which he returned, I wanted cheats, a woman who was going to run, and he wanted 2 roadsides. He was forced to work, but he was already in a state of distress and, in order to be heated, he was able to live in direct death. 2 women were forced into the press and were given telephone calls men's friends, telling him of the current state of necessity, opening of the session and the surrounding environment, workers are reduced to balloon sticks, ices of children. He thought, then started the skirmishes, and he was pursuing them. Before. The women shattered into the ice wing, digging, moving forward, followed by a tree. Thousands of children wind ice is willing to solve the problem, and he succeeded in bringing back. He is once again the most powerful. He does not know, however, that a mystery has been placed on him.